example above, it is about several ports that involve in causing the most congestion in the global supply chain, which is the top one are Shanghai port, followed by Ningbo port, Huigo port, and Auckland port. Despite the lack of workers due to COVID-19 lockdowns, Shanghai's port productivity has dropped significantly. Just the lack of workers or truck, it can lead into a big congestion and give a huge impact to the world maritime industry. So what is port congestion? In the maritime industry, the port congestion refers to the situation where the ships are queued up outside of the port and waiting for a spot to unloading and load their goods. Since the demand becomes greater, the ship will become more and it cannot be matched with the capacity of port dockage, whereas the amount of dockage available at ports is limited, and the amount of dockage to meet demand is often not enough. For this reason, from Shanghai Port International News, it is necessary the ship to be in encouraged position while they wait to be able to access the port service for loading and unloading their cargo.
Next, the factor that contribute to congestion. Port congestion occur to some unescapable factor that lead the congestion to happen. The tight management of port by the port authority also may contribute to congestion at port. Therefore, we have analyzed three main factors that contribute to the congestion at Port Shanghai. The factors are staff shortage, lack of equipment, and the increasing of container at port. For the first impact, which is the staff shortage. The staff shortage is occur in Shanghai port is due to the lockdown that was announced by the China government, which is caused by the pandemic COVID-19. The lockdown require all the citizens to stay at home in order to cut the spreading of the virus. Therefore, this lockdown also affected all the employees in the port to return to their home. Hence, no people at Shanghai port to handle the loading and unloading activity at the port. This is because the port is one of the gateway for the spreading of COVID-19 can occur. For example, when the worker at the Shanghai was infected by the virus, he or she will spread it through the contact with the other foreign worker who is coming with the ship from the other country. And when they return back to their country, they may bring the virus to their country. Therefore, the shortage of staff at port during the pandemic has causing the congestion at port. The next factor is the lack of equipment at the port. Although the Shanghai port is the busiest and one of the big port in world, they are also facing the lack of the handling equipment at the port. Based on the report by CNBC, Shanghai port has possessed all the equipment needed to handle the container at the port, but because they are handling a lot of container every day, the handling equipment become insufficient. This factor also contribute by the increasing of the demand and supply all around the world, which require the optimization of the container. The lack of equipment such as gantry crane, striker, and straddle at Shanghai port, which is used to move the container from one place to another place, has causing the congestion whereby many ships will experience with the long port stay at Shanghai port. The last factor is the increasing of container at the port. The rising of world trading lead to the movement of goods all around the world, and this terminology is called as a supply and demand pressure from customer. When the trade increase, the optimization of shipping container are also increased, and this container need a space in port to be stored, and this space is called as a container yard. When there is too much container at yard, it will make the port to be overloaded or full of container, which lead to the congestion, and the process of pickup operation by truck take more time. In addition, the factor that contribute to this issue is also come from the late container claiming or pickup by the owner, and also the abandoned container at the port.
There is three impact in port congestion. First is impact on port industry and workers. Second is cost losses, and lastly is slow down business when port congestion happens. First is impact on industry and workers. Pandemic like the COVID-19 we are currently saying can also cause congestion. For example, Shanghai is an important city for the international economy, as it is home to the port that move the most container in the world. In addition to creating logistical barriers affecting both inbound and outbound maritime travel. The closure of this port exacerbated already severe congestion. To stop the virus from spreading, many ports affected by COVID-19 around the world have reduced their staff, as a few workers are available to manage the same number of ships and containers. Productivity level dropped significantly in some situations by 16 to 17%. Industrial action or labor conflict that result in long line of ships waiting to dock can also generate port congestion. Second impact is cost losses. In Shanghai, major companies are warning of supply chains distribution and threatening to close if the situation does not improve, as they must to stop production and cannot meet high demand from their consumer. The resulting damage is impossible to quantify, but there will certainly be global supply issue, which may have a cascading effect. Thus, the impact on inflation, which is at the highest level in the region, is a major issue. The blockade in Shanghai resulted in product shortage and subsequent price increase that have been exacerbated by the crisis between Russia and Ukraine. All the industry are negatively infected by port congestion, which slow down business, slow down operation, cause retailer to have limited inventory, and force customer to carry extender to avoid shortage, especially consumer goods. Last impact is slow down business. It is important for the port to have truck driver to deliver the good to any place after leaving the port and carry many containers. Brian Brooks said, in Shanghai, Ocean Terminal warehouse and trucking service are operating as a normal, but with reduced efficiency due to staff shortage and driver shortage. The handling of paperwork required for ship to unload and unload their cargo continue to be delayed at Shanghai port due to staff shortage. To make matters worse, since road traffic is completely closed, bulk carriers carrying metal such as iron and copper are left stranded at sea while they're waiting for truck to arrive at port and deliver their goods to processing facilities. Therefore, the operator tries to cover the manufacturing line by using the existing inventory. But regardless of the cause of port congestion, someone suffer as a result. The fact that a truck waiting in line due to port congestion can slow down the business of other who need the vehicle is a bad reflection of this unexpected and additional expensive. Therefore, both consumer and truck driver will suffer losses.
So for my part, I will explain the losses that occur to the Shanghai ports. So basically, if any port in this world have a congestion problem or the slow movement of the cargo, so this will contribute to a few losses. So basically, if you look in the Shanghai ports, when the COVID-19 has been hit in the Chinese country, all the activities, especially in the business of ports, also have been slowing down due to many procedure and many law that they need to be obeyed. So because of the COVID-19 pandemics, the Shanghai ports has been recorded have a few losses, which is the first losses is loss of profit. So based on the article, during the COVID-19 pandemics, the Shanghai port has been losses about 4.5 billion if the effect from the COVID-19. So this is due to the slow movement of the cargo that need to be loaded from the yachts to onto the ships. So besides that, the United States of America also has been issued the statement, which is their profit that total 635 million that they has already invested in the Shanghai port also are seen under the threats. So this is because the United States vessels that have been boarding in the Shanghai port is late behind the schedule over weeks from the export activities. So not just in terms of exports, in terms of import also, Shanghai port has recorded have losses about 599 millions. So basically all these losses has been recorded based on 1 week of Shanghai port trades. The net losses that happen in Shanghai port is a loss of valuable time. So loss of time also is one of the losses that occur to the conditions that happen in the Shanghai port. So this is because the movement of cargo is slow. So when the cargo movement is slow, so the load and unload activity also are affected, and of course the import and export activity need to be delayed or need to be slowed down. So the efficient time to load and unload the cargo for the one large vessel is about 24 hours. So because of the slow movement of the cargo, so the crane need to take a long of times to load and unload the cargo from the vessel, and also the prime mover and chassis also need to queue up for a long distance to wait to be loaded up for the container. So this problem happen same to the United States of America, which is their vessels are late over a week behind the schedules from the export activity. So basically the time duration for the cargo that can be kept in the port is about 3 to 5 days only. So due to the congestion happen in the Shanghai ports, so the container need to be kept more than 5 days, need to keep for the maximum the 5 days. So this will make the company that order the products from the Shanghai port also need to wait for a long period of time. So this will lead to the losses of the business. So for the lastly is a lay time. So lay time is a free time that been given by the ports to the vessels to load up or to unload the cargo. So basically the duration time for the lay time is about 32 hours, then maximum is 78 hours. So due to the congestion happen in Shanghai ports, the lay time is not relevant to be used because of the vessel. There are many vessels that have been behind the schedules over the weeks, need to be waited to unload the cargo.
Today I'm going to present about how to avoid port congestion in Port of Shanghai. So first and foremost, the usage of more state-of-the-art technology must be authorized by the Port of Shanghai. Now, the world's most technologically advanced ports, like those in Abu Dhabi, Rotterdam, and also Singapore, are adopting the same digital breakthrough technologies that have already revolutionized other industries and are teaching us valuable lessons about productivity and efficiency. Now, among the technology used in port to enhance efficiency is blockchain technology. Now, blockchain technology is when transactions are recorded across computers. Now, this technology enables ports and delivery to securely gather and pull data from various supply chain stages while ensuring that records are not manipulated in any way. Now, blockchain technology enables companies and ports to digitalize supply chain in a paper-based industry like this one, do away with record-keeping tasks, encourage quicker and easier transaction, and streamline the supply chain by enabling real-time communication. And this allows for increased efficiency in the port, thus reduce the port congestion at the port of Shanghai. So next will be the port of Shanghai must have an effective equipment handling. So because of computerized control system, port have risen in size while employing fewer people to manage them. Yet the safety size study found that there is a rise in the number of young or inexperienced personnel handling containers, which can further raise the likelihood of workplace accident and inefficiency at port. Now, port managers can now readily identify who is authorized to use specific equipment thanks to advancement in material handling technology. Also, this technology may notify managers if the equipment is expressly intended for indoors or outdoor use, and preventing confusion and serious equipment damage. Port can gain from increased productivity and also the safety performance by offering more asset viability. Lastly, the port of Shanghai must undergo expansion in order to cater with the higher demand of vessel and container at port. Now, the need to build seaport has become urgent given that the shipping industry is essential to the global economy for the movement of goods. So the goal of seaport expansion project is to expand the port ability to accommodate larger ships and handle more cargo, and this could speed up the processing of shipment and increase efficiency while easing congestion.
In conclusion, the port congestion will lead to many bad impacts to maritime business or world activities. Hence, this issue of port congestion problem can be tackled with the usage of state-of-the-art technology, effective equipment handling, and expansion of seaport. By doing the state solution above, the seaport congestion can be alleviated and thus saving a considerable amount of time for the vessel that anchoring in the port. Last but not least, we hope that in the future there will be more technology that can reduce or eliminate the main factor of port congestion, which is staff shortage, lack of equipment, and increasing of container in port that lead the congestion in Shanghai port. Therefore, the business at port will be more efficient and the economic growth of the country can be maximized.